Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Colin, recovery coach at Cap Recovery. Today is our all recovery meeting, and the topic I picked today is 10 keys to recovery. 10 keys to recovery, and we'll hop into it. Having worked for many years with people in various stages of recovery, I've seen clearly that there is no one size fits all formula for success. Each person will find some ideas that work well for them, while other approaches just don't. If you ask anyone in recovery from mental illness or addiction, what was the key to your recovery? You'll get a variety of answers. Some will name a trusted friend or loved one who stuck by them. Others will point to medications or therapy, and many will endorse personal qualities such as a strong faith or dementia. I like it all. One size fits all. That's not the right formula. It's talking about whatever works for you. What key point for you that helped you in your recovery? Because for everybody, it's all different. All different pathways of recovery is all accepted. So we'll go to number one. Find hope. It's often been said that recovery emerges from hope, so finding a sense of hope is often the first key to recovery. If you don't believe that recovery is possible, then it will be very difficult for you. The clear message you need to hear is that recovery is a reality, and then everything else can build upon this foundation of hope. It's very true. I agree with that. If you don't think you can do it, or you don't see there's any hope in recovery or getting clean or getting sober, just having hope in life, you know, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get better. I had to come to realize that I had to find hope in myself. I had to tell myself I can do it, because we can have self doubt. We always focus on a negative. We have some type of mental illness. So these things are like all barriers. And I didn't see the hope piece, right? I didn't see that for a while until I, seen that I can get clean and stay clean for a period of time. And my hope grew stronger over the days and over the months of being clean. So find hope. That's an awesome one. We'll go to number two. Ask for help. Between 30 and 80% of adults with mental illness never receive treatment. Many mistakenly believe there are no help for their condition. You must understand that help is available. Get options from others about which mental health providers are your area and have good track records. And take the critical step to call and make an appointment. So it deals with addiction and mental health. It's co-occurring, a lot of it, and you have to ask for help. If I didn't ask for help, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, right? I can't do this on my own. I tried it for many, many years, but it didn't work, until this time around that I asked for help and I received the help and I continue to ask for help sometimes on a daily basis. I cannot do it alone. I don't want to do it alone today, so it's easier to ask for help and receive the help from trusted people that I have in my network of people. They're willing to help, not want anything from me in return. We want just to help each other. So ask for help is very important. So it says number three, get informed. So once you have a accurate diagnosis, learn about your illness and symptoms or drug and alcohol addiction and treatment options. Seek this information from reliable sources such as your health care providers, mental health agencies, and rebuttal books and websites. So get informed. I'll get more information on what's going on with you. Please don't try to self-diagnose yourself with whatever's going on with you. I try to do that for myself. I was the patient. I was the doctor trying to prescribe myself certain medications. I became my own doctor, and it didn't work. And because my perception was we're talking about a little bit of medication for the mental illness and drug addiction, alcohol. Like I thought I always had some type of narcotic to fix my issue, right? To fix like saying I thought I was depressed, but I was really sad, right? I didn't know what I was feeling. Like I always went to, you know, depression, but I was really upset, you know, where I was having anxiety, but I was really feared up. You know, I had to sort through all that stuff, and I continue to do that on a daily basis. And I got to sort through what's really going on with me and getting to the root of the problem and understanding what's going on and why I did the things I've done and why I continue to sometimes act out, you know, on behaviors and saying some nice not things, right? Because I haven't. Yeah, I did. I mean, um, so it's very important to understand and read about or get updated about what's ever going on with you. So number 4, engage in treatment. Treatment does work, and today more than ever, there is an impressive array of proven talk therapies and medications to treat mental illness and addictions. Don't be afraid to ask your healthcare providers about their qualifications, experience, and research supporting the types of treatment they recommend to you. So engage in treatment. So if you're going through stuff, if it's mental illness or is it drug and alcohol addiction, you know, engage in some type of treatment. If that means IOP, inpatient, outpatient, detox, therapy, counseling. There's all types of meetings for NAAA, some type of support, you know, some type of treatment that can help you in your recovery. You know, we all, you know, if we're dealing with something, we need some type of treatment, you know, for the time being. And you have to find what works for you, you know, because everything doesn't work for everybody. But you have to find out what really works for you and continue to do that on a daily basis. So we'll go to number 5. Seek support. Support is critical in recovery. You are really can't make it without some help. Friends, family, and healthcare professionals are essential components of your support team, and others from your work, school, or faith community may also be great sources of help. Also, learn about the role of peer support, where others in recovery can share their experience and vulnerable strategies they have learned through their own journey. So, seek support. So that's what we do a lot here. Is give you support through your journey of recovery, and you know, it's sharing our own stories with you guys to, you know, see the hope piece of, you know, I can do it too, you know, and because I didn't think I could, you know, I didn't think I could get clean and stay clean. I didn't think I can get out of these mental illnesses I had at the time to take, you know, some type of medication or whatever the case may be. I didn't think was possible, but like with other recovering addicts and support teams and, you know, recovery coaches talking with me, and so we share our experience, strength, and hope with somebody and give them support in a lot of things they do. You know, some things we don't agree with, you know, and you know we don't have to, but we still have to show, you know, empathy and that support. You know, it goes a long way. Number 6, develop a plan. As Ben Franklin specifically said, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Without direction, it's possible to get from a point A to point B. Your plan should include your overall goals and specific action steps for getting there. Your plan must be written down to make it real and so you won't forget all the details. Give copies of your plan to your key supporters so they can help you hold you accountable and keep encouraging you as you move forward. Prepare for possible crisis by including emergency contacts. So, if you're going through a task, talk about develop a plan. A lot of times for me, um, not through life, I don't develop a plan, because life shows up, right? As soon as sometimes you make plans and life shows up and then plans are out the window, right? So then you can get upset, discouraged, frustrated. But if you have some type of goal, short term, long term goals, set plans into action, and you know, write down some of the strategies that you want to, implement into your goals to get to your goals, and set up a plan. It's always good to plan things than just doing it on the fly. It's always good to have, like I said, short-term goals, long-term goals, um, and it's always good to develop something that you don't want to set yourself up for failure, right? You always want to have things set in place so you can succeed in life and succeed in recovery as well. So I'll develop a plan. I can dig it. I agree with it. We'll go to number 7. Take action. Nothing changes if nothing changes. I heard that plenty of times. The best laid plan will not work if you don't put it into action. I just touched on it a little bit. You got to put things into action. We can talk all we want, say all we want, we can plan all we want, but if we don't take action, that doesn't mean anything, right? Like the tutorials, be slow but steady. As a tortoise, be slow but steady. Keep your support system close by your feedback and encouragement. Modify your plan as needed to keep it fresh, focused, and achievable. Give yourself time limits on tasks to keep you moving forward. So you want to, so it's talking about a steady pace, and that's not factual. As I say, it's kind of hard to, say, hey, I'm trying to do a steady pace, but you know what? Or, I can look at it as balance, right? I've learned and I talked to my sponsor, like there is no balance. You do it, you don't, right? And I try to keep it even pace. I try to spread it out between like work, recovery, family, friends, being here for others, being in service. I try to spread it out. I don't try to leave something undone, or leave it unattended longer than I should. I try to spread it out so I'm, moving forward and I'm not moving backwards in all areas of my life, if that makes sense. I'll just get a little personal of like what my day to day thing is. Like, I go to work, I got family I tend to, right? I got recovery, I got step work to do, right? So I try to call my sponsor, get a hold of my network, and like this is things I do on a daily basis. Yes, sometimes some of the things go on the wayside for that day. You can't do everything at once because we try to do everything, right? And that can set us up for failure, right? That can make us crash and burn because we can get overwhelmed, we can get frustrated, and we're just putting too much on our plate. Does that sound familiar? And usually it doesn't end up good. So I try to take you know, uh, a decent approach, like something feasible that I can obtain, something I can make and not, you know, crash and burn over, because we can burn ourselves out trying to, do everything at once and it just doesn't work that way. Number 8, reconnect with life. Recovery requires a lot of work, but it should also include some fun. Get back into interests and hobbies that your illness may have taken away from you. Seek to find joy, meaning, and satisfaction through physical activity, faith, work, learning, art, music, nature, good nutrition, relaxation, humor, and supportive relationships. Man, that's a lot of good stuff there. Don't always rely on others to praise you for your good work. Reward yourself regularly with simple, enjoyable activities for making progress in your recovery. So, like I said, don't rely on others to praise you for your good work. I don't look for that today, but it makes you feel good, when somebody tells you good job and they praise your work. It does. I'm not self-seeking and wanting that, but like when somebody does, it makes me feel good. I think it makes a lot of feel good. I make sure I know I'm on the right track when somebody, validates me what I do. So like it does feel good to be addressed and acknowledged. And it talks about reconnect with life. Before I got clean, I didn't. Truthfully, I didn't have a life. My life was centered around drugs and alcohol and chaos and drama. So I had to reconnect. Well, not even reconnect because, like I said, just all I did was cause havoc. Before I got clean. So all this stuff it was new to me, most of it. Uh, Having art, music, nature, good nutrition. I never ate good, right? I was always eating junk, not eating at all sometimes. I never relaxed. I was always on the go. Humor. I mean, I laughed, but it wasn't like a genuine laugh. I like had fun, right? I was always drug and alcohol induced. Um, so it's nice to reconnect with yourself, right? And reconnect with our relationships and our families. Being clean and sober doing that though, like it's awesome. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's definitely worth it. We'll go with number 9. Stick with it. Don't ever give up. Setbacks will happen, but learning from them or readjusting your plan will make things a little easier the next time around and will actually improve your odds of eventually success. A slip really is a fall, so don't be too hard on yourself. When the individual challenge comes along, keep going and recognize that recovery is more like a marathon than a sprint is a long haul, but with support and endurance, you will make it. So it talks about a slip, right? Sometimes I see people can have a slip or a slide back, and they run with that. That shame, that guilt, and that slip ends up being a fall. And then you're deep down in there and you can't get out of it. So that embarrassment, the shame, the guilt can hold you back from getting back on the horse and going forward, right? So don't let the slip lead to a fall, right? And keep moving forward. Don't worry about judgment. There's people that are just like you, just like me, and been through the same stuff. So it's like, no judgment here from me anyway. So I encourage people if they have setbacks or slips or whatever you want to call it, let it just be that and like get back up and go back at it again. You can't give up. And we'll go to number 10. This is the last one. This is very important. Very, very important. This is where I get my hope, and this is where I get my recovery out. Helping others. Give back by helping someone else. Share your story, your challenges, and your victories. Both you and the person you help with benefit. They will grow by learning about and considering the strategies that were helpful for you. You will also be strengthened by the personal satisfaction that comes from helping someone else on their path to recovery. Very true. I love giving back today. I love being in service. It talks about, I'm going to change it a little bit, but it says share your story, your challenges, and your victories. And, share our burdens, share the pain, because you never know if that person might be going through it, has already been through it. But definitely share the victories and share the good of it. But, sharing with others, it helps you as well, right? I have a sponsor, and, him sharing with me and me sharing with him, it helps each other, you know, it really does because it really makes you feel not alone. I remember early on in my recovery, like I was in meetings and I was in a room full of people, right? But I still felt alone. And that still gives me chills today. It really messed me up. I'm like, what? Like I felt different. Like I didn't feel a part of. Like this is all my doing, all my thinking. Like they're not like me. They didn't do the things I've done. I'm the worst of the worst. And I was putting these things in my head, and if I kept on doing that, I was not going to succeed. I was not. I was burying myself deeper and deeper, and that's what I did for a long time. That was one of my patterns, telling myself I can't do it, I'm not worth it, there's no way, and it was all self-inflicted, you know. So helping others is big today, man. It's where I get my satisfaction at today. But that was all recovery meeting for the day. I appreciate you guys uh, letting me be here. Like I said, my name is Cole. I'm a recovery coach here at Cap Recovery. Until next time, we'll be seeing you later.